Well, hello everyone. My name is Pierre Amasse, and today we're going to quickly go over the U.S. government organizational charts. Now, the reason I came up with this video is because I'm involved in the holistic natural health space. And when you're involved in that kind of environment, you often hear certain government departments that are cited as being responsible for enforcing safety regulations, approving drugs, and setting safety standards, and so on. So in the case of cancer and vaccines, there are several highly regarded docuseries that do mention many of these government agencies in their videos. Furthermore, COVID put most of these departments in the spotlight numerous times in the last 36 months. So one of the purposes of this video is to show you the relationship between these departments and show where they sit in the overall government org chart. So let's look at some brief acronyms that I'm going to be covering today. HHS, CDC, FDA, NIH, NIAID, OSHA, and the EPA. So you can always pause the video to read what each of these acronyms stands for. I'm going to use the terms very loosely when it comes to agency and department, because for me they're the same. So if you hear me one say or the other, they mean the same thing. Right? It's a group of people. OSHA is mentioned here in the context, you could say, of COVID, because they're responsible for setting up respiratory standards. So people that do make masks, if they want to meet certain standards, they have to really go to OSHA and find out what the specs are for those standards, and then they can make a mask to comply with that standard if they want to say that we're certified for this certain standard. Right? The EPA here is also mentioned because in some of the vaccine docuseries, they mentioned that the EPA came up with some safe levels of exposure of mercury, and if people go over, these levels, it's dangerous for people. So that's why I'm mentioning the EPA here, right? Specifically regarding mercury. So some questions some of you may have sometimes is, I wonder if these departments are related to one another, or are they one is above or below one another? And who are the representative, the talking heads that you might see on TV for these departments? So this is the overall U.S. government organizational charts. So if you look closely here from left to right, we have the White House, we have Congress and the Senate, which is the House, and then we have the Supreme Court. So the White House has access to pretty much all of these people here. What we're really focused on when it comes to health is the executive branch. Okay, so we have all this group over here, and we also have what we call here these independent established agencies or groups. I don't understand the difference between these people and these guys here, because they're pretty much all at the same level. So anyway, that's what it is. Again, this is the same information but showed in a different format. So we have the Constitution, the executive branch, and then we have all the departments that they have access to. And the EPA here is mentioned down here, which is one of those independent establishments. And OSHA, for instance, is a sub-department within the Labor Department. And the FDA, the CDC, the NIH, and the NIAID are subgroups or sub-departments of the Health and Human Services Department. So let's go very quickly and look at these departments per se. So the Department of Labor, this is their chart, and I want to show you very quickly where OSHA sits within this org chart. So as you can see, there's many other groups in here. When it comes to the NIH, you can see that the NIAID is a subgroup or a sub-department of the NIH organization. And this is the Health and Human Services org chart. And all of these groups here or departments are all at the same level. So the FDA, CDC, and NIH, they're all at the same level as one another. So very quickly, to simplify things and to give you an overview of things, again, based on the fact that we're looking at the health from a health perspective, At the higher level, you have these departments: labor, HHS, and the EPA. OSHA is within the labor. CDC, NIH, and the FDA reports to Mr. Becerra, and Mr. Fauci is supposedly, how you would think, report to Mr. Collins, if this is a reporting hierarchy. And this is pretty much it. So I just want to give you a glimpse of what this looks like and simplify it as much as we can so you have a better view and understanding of the relation of one another. And I hope you found this information useful. Thank you.